Ching 5. The Tao doesn't take sides. It gives birth to both good and evil. The Master doesn't take sides. He welcomes both saints and sinners. The Tao is like a bellows. It is empty, yet infinitely capable. The more you use it, the more it produces. The more you talk of it, the less you understand. Hold on to the center. Tao Te Ching 5. Encouragement along the way. Awesome. Man, gosh, this is just so encouraging. Man, the Tao really is the art of living. Just reading that out loud makes me feel, makes me joyful. It's just it spurs a playfulness inside of me. Whenever I read the line hold on to the center, it just fills me with joy because I know what resides at my center. Jesus resides at my center. If you want to understand the Tao, really, if you just hold on to the center, you've really grasped like one of the main universal themes of the Tao. I think the main theme is wei wu wei, doing not doing. But holding on to the center, staying at the center of the circle. Are you able to remain still until your mud settles and the right action occurs, without you doing anything about it? It's just such a crazy, fascinating thought. Anyway, the Tao doesn't take sides. It gives birth to both good and evil. Very interesting. Likewise, it says the Master doesn't take sides. He welcomes both saints and sinners. I just got an image of the Lord Jesus in my head, being the Master. He welcomed saints and sinners. He definitely did. Guys, do you not see the parallels between the Tao and Christianity? Is that heresy or something to say? To say that some Eastern theology holds overwhelming truth? I don't think so. Truth is eternal. People all over the place discover truth. Anyway. The Tao is like a bellows. It is empty, yet infinitely capable. I like this next part. The more you use it, the more it produces. That is so amazing. I love that idea. It's like creativity. Sometimes you're just in the zone and you're just going and going and going. And I've been a creative person my whole life. I've been an artist my whole life. I've been creating things, music, writing, all kinds of things, live performing, all kinds of stuff. The cool thing about God, I read this book by the pastor of Mosaic Church, Erwin McManus, called The Artful Life or something. And he brought forth this concept. He said, if God is real, right, and he created everything, then he is the great creator. He's the greatest creator of all, right? And if you're an artist and you yearn to create, would it not make sense that the closer you got to the God of creation, the more creative in turn you would become? I mean, duh. As like a 7-year-old or, a 10-year-old girl would say, duh. Last time I heard that. Okay. The more you talk of it, the less you understand. This is so fascinating because Lao Tzu, who was the author of the Tao, he wrote a book and shared his speech, shared what he talked. He was kind of like a hermit, though. He lived alone. I like some descriptions of Lao Tzu. They call him the old man, but there's a more picturesque description of him called the old boy. There's an idea that he was like an Iroquois woodsman, where he left no trace behind in his entire life other than the book. The book is all we have of Lao Tzu's life. He was a man of few words, I imagine, he wrote down the Tao and he just went into the mountain, and maybe he never spoke again. Maybe he said everything he needed to say. Oh, that's so crazy. The more you talk of it, the less you understand. The Tao is such a mystery. It's so simple, and yet it's so deep. And this is it. This is the end. Hold on to the center. That's it. That's what if there's a technique to my meditation, if there's a technique to my walk with God, if there's a spiritual technique, if you will, because artists have their techniques, right? A painter has a certain way that he holds the brush, or what kind of tool he uses. If it's not a brush, maybe it's a palette knife. What kind of paints he uses, there's a technique. The actor, he employs a certain method of acting, to stir himself to emotion. What technique do you use in your spiritual walk? The Tao is a technique of spiritual walking, I suppose, of spiritual being, rather. And it is called the artful life. It's like the ease of living. Ooh, look at that sun. Holding on to the center is the crux. It's the core of the technique. If you can hold on to your center and let all things come and go effortlessly, man, your life is going to be so just peaceful and blissful and wonderful and in accordance with nature and in accordance with the Tao. And you will be blessed. You will be. Guys, I'm telling you, hold on to the center and let all things come and go effortlessly. The master leads by letting all things come and go. Do you understand? It's so fascinating. How can you lead by letting things come and go? It's so fascinating. It's by becoming nature. It's mastering nature by becoming nature. Wow. In numerology, the number 5 is a number of change. And I was reflecting on my time before this video on what I would, kind of say about the 5th chapter of the Tao. And I was wondering if the 5th chapter would be reminiscent of change. A theme in the Tao is being able to shift. It's being able to be like a leaf in the wind. It's not trying to dominate. It's not trying to control. A big theme of the Tao is change. But not only change, but flowing, like thriving in the change. Nothing being able to move you from your center. If someone's coming at you and getting angry with you and shouting in your face, nothing can move you from your center. If someone's coming at you with some ugliness and just really, really being outraged in your face, nothing can move you from your center. Hold on to your center and let all things come and go. Guys, it's a much, much easier, smoother, more flow state, gentler, more enjoyable, peaceful way of life. I'm speaking from personal experience. I have been experimenting with implementing the teachings of the Tao in my daily life since 2017, and it's changed everything, y'all. And I want to say one last thing. I want to say that I can be sold out for Jesus and a Jesus freak and love him and him be my Lord, and also see wisdom and enjoy the teachings of the Tao. I don't think it's a sin or whatever. Some preachers are like, the Tao is from Satan, the Tao is evil. Man, are they right? I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment below maybe, I don't know. Have some conversation going. Let's hear what you have to say. I look forward to that. Anyway, see you next time.